Hi, all you kids out in AP land. We have one more video about the ownership prompt, and we're going to take a look at introductory paragraphs today. And this will be we're using the same prompt, so I'll go over it briefly, and I have my old pal, Sir Russell Fox, here to ask questions, and I'm actually putting him to a test to see if he's learned anything. I can't wait. All right, so in this, once again, just a review, we're not going to read the whole prompt again. Think about the differing views of ownership, then write an essay in which you explain your position on the relationship between ownership and sense of self. And the other video, I emphasize how important that is, that you talk about the sense of self, not just ownership. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at an introductory paragraph, and we're going to ask Sir Russell Fox to give his opinion on it. Okay, Sir Russell Fox, why don't you read it for us? Since the dawn of time, man has pondered the essence of ownership. Before the written word, men fought and scraped for items innumerable to count as their own, and this has been woven into their identity. The relationship of self-identity and ownership has troubled countless philosophers and religious minds alike. From medieval kings to modern man, ownership and what it means to the individual has haunted us. Ownership and how it relates to identity remains a question even in this modern age. All right, very good. Pretty good reading for a Fox. So, Sir Russell Fox, what's your opinion of this introductory paragraph? Well, it's well written. Yeah, I'll give you that. There's no grammatical errors in it. No. What's really important to have in the introductory paragraph at the end? You should have a thesis. Okay, well, let's read this together. Ownership and how it relates to identity remains a question even in this modern age. Now remember, thesis statements aren't supposed to create the same question. They're supposed to answer. You're supposed to take a stand. And this doesn't. It just says it remains a question. So that is not going to be sufficient. Also, Sir Russell Fox, what is going to happen in this essay? What are they going to write about? Well, I'm not sure. Well, they're not going to talk about the dawn of time. They're not going to talk about philosophers and religious minds and kings and all that. Okay, they have to take a stand. This does not tell you what the essay is going to be about. This is what I call Scooby-Dooing. At the end of this paragraph, we're no further along than we were before about where we're going. Can we see another example? Yes, we can. All right, I'll read this one. In modern America, ownership of tangible things often defines social status. Likewise, there is a danger to equate status with the characteristics we treasure as our personal identity. Self-respect, decency, honesty, and knowledge are all traits we admire and should strive to own. While owning items is inevitable, status should never replace the positive traits we own that should define our identity. Sir Russell Fox, can you see any differences here? Well, for one, there's a thesis statement. It's an opinion that has to be defended. Well, that's true. Okay. While owning items is inevitable, status should never replace. That's an opinion that someone's putting out there. Replace the positive traits we own that should define our identity. Do you know what this essay is going to be about? I think I do. Well, let's take a look at the first sentence. In our modern America, ownership of tangible things often defines social status. That may be true. Could you get a whole paragraph out of that? Yes. Okay, how about the second sentence? Likewise, there is a danger to equate status with the characteristics we treasure as our personal identity. Do you think you can have a paragraph that compares status and personal identity and ownership? I think so. And then the third sentence. Self-respect, decency, honesty, and knowledge are all traits we admire and should strive to own. Could you develop a paragraph about that ownership? Sure could. So what this ends up being is like a table of contents for the essay. By reading this paragraph, you know the first sentence is kind of a summary of the first paragraph. The second sentence is a summary of the second paragraph. The third sentence is a summary of the third paragraph. And then the last sentence is your thesis. That's pretty well organized. Yeah, I think it is. Okay. So hopefully this helps show you the difference between Scooby-Dooing with an introductory paragraph and one that actually introduces. Okay. So did you learn anything today, Sir Russell Fox? Yes, I did. What'd you learn? Always try to break into a hen house at night. We didn't even talk about that. We didn't? No. Huh. Okay, let me ask you a question. How come chicken coops have 2 doors instead of 4? I don't know. Because if they had 4 doors, they'd be a chicken sedan. I don't get it. Sedans have 4 doors, coops have 2. I don't drive. It doesn't matter. It's still funny. No, it's not. Okay, we got to go.